What is up, everyone? It's the Saint, and I have a little bit different video for you here today. It's not a match, but we have actual final proof that an Uncharted movie is coming, and it's not too far off. The other day, I think it was Nolan North who played Nathan Drake in all the video games, released a few pictures on Twitter of Tom Holland, who was playing Nathan Drake, and a couple other pictures. So we can take a look at those right now. It was the first one is Tom Holland wearing the Drake's outfit, and looks like the outfit from Uncharted 2. And he's playing a young Nathan Drake. It's supposed to be a prequel to the games. So I mean, the costume is right. Of course, he doesn't have the famous half tucked in shirt. A lot of people have made a big deal about that, but it's probably hard to keep it half tucked in when you're jumping and climbing around in real life. And yeah, so that one was just released, and there was also a picture of a book. It looks like a history book, and if you zoom in a million times, you can see that it's Ferdinand Magellan is what the book is open to. So it could be a central plot to the line that he's kind of following his journeys. So that could be interesting. That kind of follows along with how the video games go. And then the third one is just a picture of kind of what you'd expect. It looks like some ancient inside. You're inside some dark ancient place, and there's an artifact. It looks like it's a key, maybe unlocking access to something. So very relatable to the games. And the last one is Nolan North there on the left. He's super into the Uncharted franchise, really kept it alive. And that's Tom Holland on the right, playing Nathan Drake. And if you guys don't know who Nolan North is, he's awesome. He has his own YouTube channel called Retro Replay, and he actually does playthroughs of he's done playthroughs of the first three Uncharted games, and he talks about them, and he has guests on of the other actors from the games. So like, Richard McGonigal that plays Sully, and Elena, all of them, even the creator of the video games, Amy Hennig. And they're really good. I'll put a link to that in the description. Go check that out. They're really entertaining. And yeah, so a little about the movie. They've been talking about doing this since 2008, and it was pushed back a million times. They've gone through 6 different directors. I mean, just insane. There have been all kinds of different actors attached and then unattaching themselves from it. We now know that they've wrapped filming, or at least principal photography, and that it's set to be released in July of 2021, July 16th specifically. So now that they have wrapped the main filming and everything, they're just going to work on the details. So that does look like a possible timeline. So, like I said, it is a prequel. He's playing young Nathan Drake. It's not a copy of the video games. It's going to just try and add to them. So it is Tom Holland. It does seem like an odd casting choice to me. I've never actually seen him in any movies. I know a lot of people really like him. I'm not going to judge. I mean, until I see it, I hope it's good. He's not who I picture, but I'm holding out hope. I mean, tell me what you guys think of the casting. I personally, I think a lot of people wanted Nathan Fillion to be Drake. I mean, has the exact personality. He has that natural kind of charm and charisma with that like little bit of that hint of being mischievous, kind of boyish, but still rugged, and he's probably too old now, but I think he would have been a perfect choice. He was in Castle and Firefly. I absolutely love Castle. I've seen that a million times, and he actually made a fan film about 15 minutes long with it about it a couple years ago, and it's on YouTube. I'll put a link to that in the description. I highly recommend you check that out. I've watched it like 6 or 7 times. It's really, really good. It's just it's a bittersweet reminder of what could have been. Yeah, I mean, it's clearly like an Indiana Jones type of character. So I really hope they don't mess that up. They kind of stick to that. Like, I wish it. I kind of envisioned like a young Tom Cruise type, that's action but still funny. Maybe even a young Brendan Fraser, like in the Mummy movies, something like that. And Nolan North himself, if they'd made this movie years ago like they tried to, wouldn't have been a terrible choice. I mean, he really embraced it, and he is Nathan Drake. If you guys don't know how they did the video games, they talk about it in his retro replay channel, like in those playthroughs. It's really cool how they created these video games. They had a whole stage set up in a warehouse with cameras everywhere, so they were filming from almost every angle, and they acted out all these scenes with motion capture suits. So it's pretty incredible what they did with this game, because you're shooting in 360 degrees, so you have to have a director come in and decide what angles they're going to use from all these. Then you have animators coming in and doing the details of their faces because the motion capture suits can't catch it all. Then you have the music coming in, and it's a lot to come together. So it's pretty impressive what they did. Um, and then Sully is going to be played by Mark Wahlberg, who, funny enough, was originally several years ago going to play Nathan Drake. So kind of funny now. I think I mean, I love some Mark Wahlberg movies. He's made some terrible movies, but he's also made some great ones. I've seen Shooter so many times, I can't even count. But it just seems like such an odd choice. And from what I understand, he's not going to have that iconic mustache. So that's definitely a weird choice to me. But he did compare the movie to some kind of mix between Indiana Jones and the Thomas Crown Affair. He said it has elements of heist movies and adventure movies. So, I mean, I don't know who doesn't love that. I'm a huge fan of the Indiana Jones, National Treasure. So if they can keep it in that vein and keep it fun and really interesting historically, I think they'll. It all comes down to the execution, but I think they could have something good here, kind of reviving that genre that people haven't been able to get right all that often. I kind of pictured Sully as if any of you have seen Burn Notice, the guy that played Sam Axe in that. He kind of has that wisecracking attitude. Just he's a little bit of a good time Charlie, but also a good friend at the same time. Like he's a solid friend, but just kind of a funny guy. A little bit of there is a slight hint of criminal behavior. But let me know what you guys think of that choice as well. And the final casting choice I'll talk about is Chloe. Is going to be played by a woman named Sophia Taylor Ali. Again, I don't know anything about her, but I see she is from San Diego. That seems like an odd choice on the surface because Chloe is Australian. She has a very iconic accent in the games. So, but maybe she can pull off an Australian accent, or maybe they're just going to do away with that completely. I hope they don't. Like I said, she's from San Diego, but that's why they call it acting. I mean, maybe she'll be great. So we'll see. And we know these games are beautiful. They travel all over the world. I hope they kind of keep that theme in the movies. The filming locations, from what I understand, were in Berlin, in Germany, and then also in Spain, including coastal Spain. So I highly expect it to be beautiful. If any of you have seen the coastlines of Spain, especially along the Mediterranean, I mean, it's so gorgeous. So let me know what you guys think about this. Are you guys excited for it? It's supposed to be coming out next summer. They're clearly thinking long term here, going with a young actor and prequels. I really hope that it's successful. There haven't been really that many great video game adaptations. But let me know what you guys think of the casting choices, or what you hope they do with the movie or hope they don't do, and whether you think it's going to be successful. It all comes down to the execution, guys. And like I said, I'm putting links to Nolan North's channel in the description, as well as Nathan Fillion's fan film. Highly, highly recommend you guys check those out. And let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And I'll see you next time.